How can you give society rights when society don't give rights?
Which rights do you think have been violated?
I didn't even get to put on a defense. I never got to call one witness. When it came time for me to put on a defense, it became a political thing. Let me give you this real quick. The Catholic Church has been trying to turn this country into Catholic for years. They ride on the courtroom. The Protestant Church is the United States government. The Constitution was a covenant with the cross and the Bible. Freedom of religion was freedom of our religion. Freedom of the Protestant religion, out from underneath King George, where the honest labor man, the man of the mountains and the hills and the guys in the hose, had entrance into the court. But when you cut me out of the courtroom, you didn't give me my rights in a courtroom. You tripped over yourself, Nixon. When you set a thought in your courtroom, that sets a reality in these men that hold the procedure. They are paid to hold that procedure in the will of the rules. The rules are the will of God. That's what the law is. It's there to protect everyone. What about Charlie? Are you going to give Charlie his rights? We can't give Charlie that courtroom. If we give him that courtroom, we got to give him the robe that goes with it, because Charlie knows more about what's going on in this world and country than we do, because it goes to this: sunshine. The father of our fathers went into war and are in the grave that fought for our rights in this country. My grandfather lays buried in the veterans' burial ground for my rights. I have permission by the Constitution to bear arms. And if you don't abide by those rules and rights, then I have the right to go into revolution and do anything to you that you're doing to me. That's a revolutionary, universal law that comes from God.
Do you consider yourself a revolutionary?
Why, sure, definitely. Everybody's afraid to call me a political prisoner, and Amnesty International won't accept me. And everybody runs to the eastward, Uganda, with their skyjacking before they'll face the truth in it. But here's the truth. In juvenile hall in Indianapolis, Indiana, 1944, 1945, the military court tried and convicted 6,000 whopping SS men in uniform, and judged those men who fought for God and country, for cross and Bible. They judged those men to be criminals, and they judged that war to be a crime. That war was not a crime. I don't care how many times you judge it. By all rules and regulations and Bibles, and any word that's spoken in any language knows that when you're fighting for God and country, and you're in a war, you fight or you're executed. When you're going to war, you're not going in to spank somebody on the wrist like Korea. You're going into the last man, woman, and child. You're fighting for your God, your life, and your country. You're fighting for your children, your dogs, and your chickens. There ain't no court. There ain't no in-between. Them men were forced to do what they had to do. And you hung them for obeying orders? And you call them criminals?